What's going on, guys? My name is Noble and welcome back to the channel, and finally a video that most of you have been requesting for about 2 months now, and that is a PvP shadow guide. This is for infiltration only. I do not play balance or tanking, so it is just going to be infiltration. This is one of my best classes, if not my best. I think my Marauder actually might be a little bit faster now. I might be a little bit better because I have not been playing my Shadow nearly as much. But just to show you guys, this is what I'm currently at in solo ranked, 42 and 42 even on this particular Shadow. Highest 1293, lowest 1193 current rating right now. So I've got 100 elo to climb back from. Haven't played this character in maybe a month, so might play some games here, but I wanted to do this guide for you. So without further ado, let's get right into it. Alright, so this is how I have my bar set up. I don't know what yours looks like, and we will go over the gear in a second. Actually, we can just do that right now. So I do not have full 258s. It's not really worth it in this day and age because of the expansion coming out in September, so you're just wasting everything by trying to grind those things to get, you know, better gear. It won't help you that much. Like, I would honestly, this is what I did. So like, well, I have mostly 252. The only thing that I don't have is, I think just this is my only item that isn't 252. I think everything else is that, if not higher. So I obviously have the full 7-piece set bonus, or the 6 set bonus piece for the infiltration. Nothing new there. I have not replaced any of the mods, armorings, or enhancements for any of it. If you really want to min-max that, you can. I personally don't think that it's that necessary because you get everything pretty standard through stims and augments. And right now what I'm running a lot of crit and alacrity. These I'm running power. How many do I have of these? So one, I only have 1, 2, and I'm running, wow, a lot of alacrity and crit. I did not know I was doing this. Wow. So I have gone between crit and alacrity. Sorry, it sounds like I don't know what I'm talking about. It's just been a little bit of time since I've played this character, but it'll all come back to me, I swear. I pretty much run half crit augs, half alacrity augs. You would say, like, I used to run full versatile, but like it doesn't, like, that only happens for like that's what it used to be like. So back in the day, like 3.0, 4.0, like any DPS was just, you know, overkill or versatile. So if you want to go overkill augs, you can. I would try to get a healthy mix of crit and alacrity. If you want extra power and endurance, you can. So like I'm pretty sure I'm running a versatile aug in this right now. Yeah, versatile aug with endurance and mastery. I run some of these because I like to get that health pull up and get the endurance up a little bit, especially because you're wearing light armor. My crit might be a little bit low, and my alacrity might be a teeny bit low. But running high alacrity on a Shadow isn't ideal in my opinion. If you want to run high alacrity, that'd be more like a Sentinel or something like that. That's what I run high alacrity on. But anyway, that is my gear. Full set bonus, no tweaks. I have 1 Iocath relic in here. No min-maxing done. Mostly crit, mostly alacrity, and a little bit of versatile. So let's go ahead and get straight into the combat proficiencies. In skillful, I take Intangible Spirit, as kinetic combat reduces all damage. Wow, kinetic combat reduces all damage taken while stunned by 30 seconds. Infiltration and Serenity reduces damage taken from area attacks by 30%. That's always important. Double Strike, Clairvoyant Strike, Whirling Blow reduce the movement speed of a target by 30% for 6 seconds. This is really nice, especially in ranked. So Snaring Strikes is helpful. Down and Masterful, we have Fade, reduces cooldown of Force Cloak by 45 seconds and extends its duration by 5 seconds. That is super important because chances are you're going to be like needing to stealth out and go heal. So you want that the 5 extra seconds extend the duration of Force Cloak. It's good. It's fantastic. It is perfect for it. Although I don't understand though why it's like, oh hey, extends duration of Force Cloak, considering that's an ability. It's not a friggin' like actual like the Sentinel stuff. That was interesting. Misdirection, increase your movement speed by 50% and your effective stealth level by 10. You could go anywhere else with that. Like if you wanted to, I don't use Force Wave a lot. Some people use Kinetic Acceleration, Activating Project, Psychedelic Blast, and Squelch. Sorry, increase your movement speed by 50% for 9 seconds. It's okay. Why did I say psychedelic? Psychokinetic Blast. I'm an idiot today, guys. And then in Heroic, I went with Cloak of Resilience. Activating Force Cloak grants 2 seconds of resilience. This is super important, guys. So if you cloak out in the middle of a fight and someone uses Force Wave, Force Storm, a CC, an AoE ability, you have an extra 2 seconds to get away, and your ability, like those abilities will not hit you, and you can get away from the fight when they're trying to look for you. It is so important. So make sure you are getting this out of almost everything else in here. And then we have Shadowy Veil. When damage breaks your mind maze prematurely, the target will suffer from zapped mind, reducing the damage they deal by 25% for 10 seconds. Infiltration and Serenity increases your armor rating by 30 if you want to take Shadowy Veil. I do not take Egress. I used to take it. However, I found that Shadowy Veil was a little bit better. And with things like activating your Force Cloaks, like if you get in a bind and you have Cloak of Resilience, you can just cloak out, and the Force, the Egress isn't as needed. But it can go either way. I would take it in certain situations. I don't take the Activating Deflection, grants 6 seconds of immunity to stun, sleep, lift, and incapacitating effects. You don't need it. It's again one of those, like, if you think you can do a lot with it and you're going to find yourself in those situations more, then by all means take it. I personally do not need it. And down in Legendary, I have Restorative Fade. Or Shade, sorry. When entering stealth from Force Cloak, you regenerate a stack of Restorative Shade that will heal you 4% of your maximum health every 2 seconds for 10 seconds. This stacks for up to 5 for 6 seconds. So make sure when you cloak out and want to get away and go heal, you make sure you have your 5 stacks of Restorative Shade. Why am I saying Fade, guys? Wow. You want to make sure you have that, because once you pop out of stealth, you will heal again for more. So I can try to show you that. I can't really take damage here, but I'll show you that when I get into the rotation and stuff. And then obviously I have one with the Shadows. Shadow Strike can be used while immobilized and purges movement impairing effects when used. Additionally, Force Speed grants 1 with the Shadows, increasing or causing you to absorb 60% of all incoming damage for the duration of Force Speed. So this is a perfect example for, like, when someone is, like, say a Merc is blazing bolts you, all you gotta do is do this, and you're taking immediately 60% less damage, which is huge. Super, super, super huge. And even in, like Force Lightning or, like, Telekinetic Throw, having that is important. But anyway, let's go ahead and get on with my rotation. I've seen different rotations, and they do vary. Depending on what you want to do and what you feel works for you. So usually what I start out with is in opening your spinning kick. I will then use backstab, and then I'll go to vaulting slash, and immediately you have your psychedelic blast. So essentially, psychedelic blast, psychokinetic blast. You can honestly, if you want, do not whatever you want, but if you want to follow like that, like if you want to follow the procs, you can follow the procs. So I'll do it again. You can do that, go immediately down, go to Shadowy Veil, and then bam, you have that. You can do that. What I was told to do was I would, use my spinning kick, pop Force Potency, hit that, hit the Force Breach, backstab, Clairvoyant Strike twice, and then I would go to a Psychokinetic Blast, followed by that, because then by that time, both of these will proc, so you can use your Force Breach and your Backstab, and by that point, your Psychokinetic Blast will be off. You can Clairvoyant Strike again, twice, to get your stacks up, and then you have all. So basically, guys, you are always going to be proccing something if you follow this, to a T. I always Clairvoyant Strike twice. I try not to go no more than 3 times. My my backstab was not on proc there. So these are some things that some other people do. Like my buddy, who I pretty much learn a lot of my rank stuff from, he'll open with like a slash like that, and then he'll fade in, and then he'll have his Force Breach and Shadow Strike procced already, and you can go that way. This way, it keeps them stunned. Although, granted, it's pretty much the same thing as, like, if we were to go out, and go stealth back in, and then we would immediately stun, you know, with spinning kick, and we wouldn't have wasted your low slash, because that also counts as another stun. So you have a stun here, and then you have your force stun, your regular, you know, ability for stunning people. So you have 3 stuns to work with, although you will max out resolve with this. So with this, and then with this, you will max out resolve, I'm pretty sure. I'm not sure exactly if that's been changed or not. I don't think it has, because that would be so OP if you could get 3 stuns in, because you could effectively chain these really well. A good chain stun, if you don't want to use your spinning kick to open, or maybe it's you're already out of stealth and you can't use your spinning kick, you can do that, and then when that wears off, or just before it wears off, you can hard stun them, and then if they haven't broken from that, they'll break from using, you know, force stun. I'm not doing a specific rotation here, guys. I'm just mashing buttons at this point. But when it comes to playing a shadow, it's getting in, getting the damage, kind of getting out a little bit, and then trying to, you know, repeatedly, you know, be a nuisance to the other team. So, like, I do a lot of, you know, force, like, phasing all the time, or, like, shadow stride. I do that a lot to, like, get from place to place. I generally only use it if I need to proc an ability. So, like, we'll wait for it to come off cooldown again, and I'll show you again. But I will go through my rotation one more time. I just want to wait for all these things to reset, and we'll go on and do it again. As far as, like, your mind control, your force slow, all of this other stuff is very situational, and you can do essentially, you know, whatever you choose. I would be careful and use stuff, you know, defensively. Wow, nice little temple guardian over there. Keep on doing that. All right, I'll show you my rotation once again, and we'll go slow. So, spinning kick, shadow strike, vanquishing slash, or whatever that's called, evolting slash, psychokinetic blast, clairvoyant strike twice, and by that point, your shadow strike is procced, and your psychokinetic blast. Your force breach will proc automatically after that, and since your filler ability is really clairvoyant strike, you're gonna get that consistent damage that way, unless you're waiting for, like, vaulting slash or something else to come up. But that is how that works. And so everything else, like your low slash, is very situational, especially if you want to, like, get away from someone. That is something you can do. And if you need to, obviously, you know, proc your force breach and all that, you have your force potency that will get that done. Oh, it was an 18k, and we'll hit that, you know, pretty much, you know, consistently. But you pretty much have everything procced constantly, but you will be doing things like, you know, using your taunts, using your heals, and all this other stuff. I will show you real quick before we end the video. I will show you guys the force, the restorative shade that I was talking about. So we will force cloak now. I see how I'm healing. That's 1 stack, 2 stack, 3 stack, 4 stack, and then a 5 stack. And then when you get out of stealth, bam, you have more health. You've gotten like 40 to 50k health. I didn't look at the numbers completely. If you guys want to, like, go back in the video and just, like, count it yourself, it's thousands and thousands of heals that can really help you when you're disengaging a fight, and when you are, you know, exiting combat, to use your meditation to go heal. But anyway, guys, that is the guide. I will show you this rotation in full speed, my rotation. If you guys find a rotation that's better for you, obviously you can go with that. But this is what I find to be, like, the best opener that really keeps your DPS going, just because, you know, you're always proccing, your abilities are always flashing at you, you know, ready to go. So I'll do this for you real quick, and yeah, let's get into it. Alright guys, that's going to do it for the video. Thank you again so much for watching. If you found it helpful, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe for more Star Wars The Old Republic content, and I will see you guys in the next one. Peace.